Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio in the gallery studio. This is my Oxo Omelette Turning Flip and Fold Best Pen Spreading Tool I know of by Good Grips that you can find on my Amazon link on the link tree underneath Show More under the video. These are my two new palette knives with round tips that I expect to be using to swipe some Aussie Floetrol laden with amethyst, with Amsterdam black and maybe some Amsterdam white and maybe some other things. So I'm going to use some of my Mead and Black paint to moisten the central sections of this, where I expect to be putting my colors and swiping through. And I want enough paint to slide. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, but I've said that before. It's probably not the last time I'm going to say it. So I'm just going to not worry about making that even, because I kind of like it to be uneven. If that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. It will in time if it's going to at all. I'm thinking the last time I used these colors, it was a wonderful piece. It was 8703 video, and it wound up looking like Fireside Dancers. And if I come even close to that on this 16 by 20 by 2 inch gallery wrap canvas, that would make me really happy. Let's hope I have enough paint. I've checked my tips today and they're not clogged. Miracles do happen. So the last time I did this, I did wet black on the top and the bottom, and I did a white layer through the middle, and I don't really want to use white, so I'm going to use a combination of Chantilly lace, which I did not check or shake, and I do see that thing that just fluffed off me. Come on, animal hair, come out. Alright, so I'm going to allow myself a center section. And I'm going to give it a bunch of paint because I want it, like I said, I want it to flow. So I'm going to use, that was the Chantilly lace. This is Misty Veil. I usually expect that the brightest colors that I put on last are the ones that I expect to show up the most. So this is mostly a nice layer. It's also a cool painting right now. I want some other strange things in here. Like, I'm going to put some Interference Violet. Maybe I'll wait on that. Let's put some Moody Lilac in, though. I'm trying to make it uneven, and I'm very, very bad at it. I'm just using colors that probably color shift. I'm sure they'll be beautiful. I have Opalite. The Moody Lilac is a Prizm Pour, and so were the other colors so far. Opalite is, I believe, both a Prizm Pour and a Primary Element. Now, because the other painting I did was smaller, I'm going to have to double up on the amount of stuff I used. And I think I started with, the colors I started with were Ginger Flower, and this is where it really is key for me to try and make it more random shapes. Which is not something I did the last time, and it still worked out fine, so we should be good. Then I went in with the Mayan Gold. Cross your fingers for me, would ya? What's on my list next? Ah! I remember now. Let me grab that. Ginger flower is a primary element. I think I said that. If I didn't, I am now. This is a mixture of orange crush with some big apple in it. I'm wicked nervous. I have no idea why. I used some poinsettia. Random should work equally as well as any line, straight line, in my imagination anyway. So then I used blue velvet. I'm so hoping that I'm right about this. Now it's time to swipe. Oh, I said I was going to put some interference violet in there, and I'm going to. And I might want another dose of gold. Right up there, and right down here. Woo, I'm so nervous. I have no idea why. Alright, so I'm going to start with my little acetate tool, and I'll try and remember to include the tutorial, the video tutorial, to really put some of that black right out on something. I'm going to put some Amsterdam white laden Aussie Floetrol. There we go. And I need a scrape dish as per usual, as I often will use that up. I'm going to try one of my new palette knives. I'm going to put some of that Amsterdam black right out on the plate so I can use it more easily. Oh, look at those cells. Those cells are awesome. Kind of thought it might look like people if I give them feet, but I'm not sure how that's going to go yet. I'm just going to scrape that off over here because I want to see how it's going to work that way. Wipe off my tool in between. I want to use some P.E.s Iridescent Precious Gold on the black. Take my break out so I can work on this sideways. I want to use, that's going to spin, so if anybody gets seasick, don't mind me. So I'm going to try this over here. I really do want that to stop spinning. And then I changed my mind. Alright, let's continue on with the black. So I need to go the other way. I'm going to use some P.E.s Blue Violet on top of the black. Everything's got Australian Floetrol in it. I gotta hurry up and use a white one. I want a wider card. have some pretty color on my... I can always do that after. All right. Let me see if I can grab a wider card or a spatula. Here's my wider card. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try it with the white. Because I want something to be a little different than it is. I gotta remember I can do all this in a while. I don't need to do it right now. That makes me want... I have some Atelier acrylic that I mixed with Aussie Floetrol, and I think I might give it a whirl with some black. If I can stop holding onto the turntable to keep it from turning. I might try this with some white again in a second too. I think this is, I'm going to have to figure out the name of that and put it in the description. Add a few stray movements, make it look more like people are dancing if there's anything that makes this look like people in the end. I'm going to start with the P.E.s blue green. Excuse me. Ha! That was weird. P.E.s blue violet and some of the white. And I could put a little black in there too. I like dragging the edge of the card down. I am getting some really cool cells. Fashion models on parade. Wipe that off. Blow it in. Go back to using my black. There, I got a little more color down to the bottom by doing that. I think I'm going to throw some white in there. I want to scrape that off first. If I'm fast, I can catch my turntable before it escapes. I'm going to want to use a skewer, I can tell. I'm getting ahead of myself. If I use a skewer, I can put some spirals in. Which is something I want to do. More white. Oh, tripped to black. Some gold again. You know, I wanted to put that right down the middle, but I think I also want to grab even more colors. I kind of want to spin a few things around. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. That was crazy. I had to try it though. Please forgive me for making your head spin. Alright, how much more do I have to do? Not a whole lot. I am going to figure out some way to stop this from spinning at some point. I think I have a clamp from when I used to be a wallpaper hanger somewhere. That might help. Well, I've got 3 minutes. To do whatever I'm going to do, which at this point is contemplate whether I want to add something that looks like a head here and there, or if I just want to think of it as a bunch of pretty colors. But in any case, it's time to grab a skewer. And do a few things. Steal a little paint here and there. Maybe make it look like some feet. I need to be a little more cautious about my spirals. I like that white. I think I want to do that white one more time. Palette knife works pretty nicely for sending up some tendrils. Probably work pretty well for stealing some paint too. Just so long as I can avoid dropping it into the painting. So, backstage at the fashion show, is that what we agreed on? I need some white or some silver for faces, I think. Okay, so I have some colors in my dish, but they're mostly black right now. So what should I tell you? I should tell you stuff. Like, I have over 2,700 videos. I'm pretty sure they're 2,700. There might be only 26, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in between the two, at least. I've got 1 minute left. And I have choices to make. I have some Atelier Pale Gold, and I'm thinking that I'm going to add some hands and faces. It's going to sink away. Okay, that plan went out the window. I'm just going to add some hands, or gold dots, whatever you want to call them. Be nice if this would work out, but I'm so nervous. I'm really wondering if I unnerved